Hello everybody and thank you for joining us once again for Teaching in Today's World Spotlight of the Day. I'm Rick Newman, your ever grateful host. The world of education is taking more steps in bettering our students' learning environments with field-based learning. Field-based learning may seem so familiar and obvious. In field-based learning, teaching is extended to places outside the classroom, exposing our students to real-world settings. Students learn through direct interaction with an environment that reflects taught concepts rather than learning through indirect presentations of the settings of textbooks and lectures. Field-based learning may serve a diverse range of teaching aims and goals as students are provided with a perspective of materials, objects, or phenomena that is not inaccessible nor fully appreciated through other settings. Our team visited Englewood Elementary School's student garden to see just what field-based learning
Kids are so interested. They don't know where vegetables come from. They don't know where carrots come from. They don't know what sweet corn looks like. When they see it grow, then they learn about it. They will try anything. They will try radishes. They will try onions, things that they wouldn't eat at home.
In the mornings when parents are walking them to class, they love to come and show off their plot. Parents enjoy participating, help with the watering cycle, and just the conversations that occur even in our reading nights on Thursday nights, showing off to our families, look what we're doing now, look how far it's come along.
Obviously, students' opportunities aren't limited to experiences on school grounds. Older students may be permitted to go to an off-campus site for their field-based experience, depending on the content needed to be taught. Let's go to Mrs. Jennifer Goolsby, an experienced teacher from Linfield High School, for her to share her thoughts on why we should use field-based learning.
Hello, and thank you for having me on today's segment of Teaching in the News Spotlight. I have just a few points I want to share why teachers choose field-based learning. Field-based learning is generally chosen because the experience provides an opportunity to present materials and objects that are not accessible otherwise to students in a way that enables direct contact and interaction. Field-based learning also provides students with an opportunity to practice skills or techniques that cannot be carried out elsewhere. Field-based learning stimulates higher understanding and reinforcement or previously learned classroom material, and it stimulates an appreciation for concern or valuing the visited environment. Teachers are always wanting to expand our classroom outside of our four walls. What better way to do that than through field-based?
Thank you, Mrs. Goolsby, for your knowledgeable information about why teachers chose field-based learning. Now, let me introduce to you Mrs. Green, one of our off-site news anchors. She is reporting by phone since we are having some technical difficulties.
Thanks, Rick, and hello to you all. As you can imagine, when teaching field studies, the educator must take time to prepare students and plan the experience. Here are some tips for those who are interested in field-based opportunities for their students. These are some tips from the experts at Queen's University. Prepare. Establish the basic narrative descriptive elements of the material to be studied on the field study before the trip takes place. This might be accompanied in the form of a lecture in class or a handout worksheet distributed beforehand. In addition, point the students towards any useful websites that could be helpful during their field experience. This strategy gives you the advantage in working in an analytical mode while you are on the field study side rather than being limited to describing to the students what they are seeing. Awareness. Teach and foster a self-conscious awareness of the site for field-based learning. Engage. Encourage your students to ask questions of guidance and how to interact with the site or chat with other visitors. Meta-learning. Have students think about how what they have experienced at the site complicates or contradicts what they have read or discussed in class. Build upon. Leave time for discussion on the site while the issues they have are fresh on their mind. Always follow up field studies with a discussion in class once students have time to meditate on their experiences. Illustrate. Try, when it is useful, to find new or slightly oblique ways to teach the concepts. Assess. Base your assignments on what your students will learn or have learned during their field study. This will ensure students pay careful attention to what they experience or expect to experience. Now, I want to take you to our educational expert, Chris Collins, on some disadvantages that field-based learning may produce.
Hello, Chris Collins here, your educational expert. Some disadvantages that may come along with field-based learning are, 1, time. Time is always an issue. Our students are continuously on the move with everyday activities in the school system such as PE, lunch, break or snack time, changing classes. These are things that are always taking out time of our day. For higher grades, some teachers only have 45 minutes with their students because of allowing time for changing classes. Being able to plan and load buses to take the students off campus for field-based learning is hard and worrisome because you want to allow enough time for your students to gain the experience they need from the field-based learning. Another disadvantage is the role of our students. Students are used to being told what to do and how to do it. They are used to having a manual laid in front of them to follow. Some do not understand how to move on their own learning process without having someone there telling them how to do it. Another disadvantage is that teachers also need to get into the role of allowing our students to be more hands-on experience. A lot of our teachers are used to having the lead and taking the lead and always being on top of their students. We all need to get back into the Dora Explorer mode. Back to you.
Summing up this segment of Teaching in Today's World, field-based learning extends the walls of the classrooms. Students learn from direct experiences such as internships, service learning, and experimental learning through their field of study choice or subjects within their classrooms. Thank you for joining us on today's segment of Teaching in Today's World Spotlight of the Day. This is Rick New saying farewell until next time.